Question 1. A project manager identifies that a critical resource is no longer available due to an unforeseen organizational restructuring, which directly impacts the project's ability to meet a key deliverable on time. How should this situation be initially handled? A. Add it immediately to the risk register as a high-priority risk. B. Create a change request to modify the project schedule. C. Document it in the issue log and begin problem solving. D. Inform the sponsor and wait for their direction. Answer: C. Document it in the issue log and begin problem solving. This situation is a current problem that has already occurred and is impacting the project, making it an issue rather than a risk, which is an uncertain future event. The first step in managing an issue is to identify and document it in the issue log, which centralizes information about active obstacles. Documenting it allows for tracking its resolution, assigning an owner, and facilitating a structured approach to problem solving. Starting to solve the problem immediately after logging it is crucial to minimize its negative impact. Always remember that issues are now problems, while risks are future uncertainties. Question 2. A Scrum team discovers during a sprint review that a key user story cannot be fully implemented due to an unaddressed technical dependency with an external system. This situation is significantly impeding progress. What is the most appropriate action for the Scrum Master to facilitate? A. Document the technical dependency as a new risk in the risk register. B. Elevate the concern directly to the project sponsor for immediate resolution. C. Record it in the issue log, prioritize it, and work with the team to identify solutions. D. Advise the product owner to remove the user story from the current sprint backlog. Answer: C. Record it in the issue log, prioritize it, and work with the team to identify solutions. An unaddressed technical dependency that is currently impeding progress is an issue, as it is a current problem rather than a potential future event. The Scrum Master's role involves removing impediments, and the issue log is the primary tool for tracking and managing these obstacles to resolution. By recording, prioritizing, and collaboratively identifying solutions with the team, the Scrum Master facilitates a structured approach to overcoming the blocker. This ensures transparency and a focused effort to resolve the problem and keep the sprint on track. Question 3. During project execution, a project team encounters a persistent quality defect in a delivered component, leading to rework and schedule delays. The team has attempted several internal fixes without success. What is the most appropriate next step for the project manager? A. Close the issue, as the team has already tried to fix it. B. Escalate the issue to senior management or relevant stakeholders. C. Update the risk register with the potential for further defects. D. Create a formal change request to extend the project schedule. Answer: B. Escalate the issue to senior management or relevant stakeholders. When a project team has exhausted its internal attempts to resolve a persistent issue, and it continues to cause significant negative impacts like rework and schedule delays, escalation becomes necessary. Escalation involves raising the issue to a higher level of authority or to relevant stakeholders who possess the necessary decision-making power, resources, or expertise to resolve it. This is done to prevent the issue from further damaging the project. Remember, escalating is not admitting defeat, but rather a strategic move to leverage additional support for resolution. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of an issue log in project management? A. To list potential future problems that might affect the project. B. To document all project decisions made throughout the project lifecycle. C. To track and manage current obstacles or problems that require resolution. D. To record all changes approved for implementation on the project. Answer: C. To track and manage current obstacles or problems that require resolution. The issue log is a vital project document specifically designed to centralize and track current obstacles or problems that have already occurred and are impacting the project. It typically includes details such as the issue description, date identified, owner, priority, status, and target resolution date. This tool helps ensure that no issue is overlooked and that all identified problems are systematically managed until they are resolved. Think of the issue log as your project's to-do list for existing problems that need attention. Question 5. A project manager is reviewing the issue log and notices an issue that has been open for an extended period, is high priority, and has no assigned owner. What immediate action should the project manager take? A. Resolve the issue personally to ensure it is closed promptly. B. Close the issue if it has been open for too long without resolution. C. Assign an owner to the issue and follow up on its resolution. D. Reclassify the issue as a risk since it is unresolved. Answer: C. Assign an owner to the issue and follow up on its resolution. For an issue to be effectively managed and resolved, it must have a clear owner responsible for driving its resolution. An unassigned high-priority issue is a significant gap in issue management and can lead to the issue remaining unresolved, causing further project delays. The project manager's immediate responsibility is to assign an appropriate individual or team as the owner and then monitor their progress toward resolution. This ensures accountability and helps push the issue towards closure. Question 6. During a daily stand-up, a team member reports that the external vendor providing a critical software component is consistently delivering late, impacting the current iteration's progress. How should this be handled within an Agile framework? A. The Scrum Master should immediately create a change request to modify the sprint goal. B. The product owner should remove the dependent user stories from the product backlog. C. The Scrum Master should log it as an impediment and work with the team to resolve or escalate it. D. The team should accept the delay and adjust their velocity for the next sprint. Answer: C. The Scrum Master should log it as an impediment and work with the team to resolve or escalate it. In an Agile framework, such as Scrum, any obstacle hindering the team's progress is called an impediment. A vendor's consistent late delivery is a clear impediment affecting the current iteration. The Scrum Master's primary role is to identify and remove these impediments, which often involves logging the issue, collaborating with the team to find a solution, and escalating it if necessary. This proactive approach ensures that the team can maintain its focus and continue delivering value. Question 7. Which of the following best describes the core concept of an issue in project management? A. An identified uncertain event that, if it occurs, will have a positive or negative effect on objectives. B. A formal proposal to modify any document, deliverable, or baseline. C. A current problem or obstacle that has already occurred and requires immediate attention and resolution. D. A potential future problem that may arise during project execution. Answer: C. A current problem or obstacle that has already occurred and requires immediate attention and resolution. An issue is a problem that has already manifested and is currently impacting the project or is likely to do so immediately if not addressed. Unlike a risk, which is an uncertain future event, an issue is a certainty requiring action now. Effective issue management focuses on promptly identifying, documenting, analyzing, and resolving these current obstacles to minimize their negative impact on project objectives. Understanding this distinction helps prioritize project management activities effectively. Question 8. A project team has identified an issue that requires a significant deviation from the approved project baseline, example a major scope change or a substantial budget increase. What is the appropriate process step to address this issue? A. Log the issue and assign an owner for resolution. B. Conduct a detailed impact analysis and raise a change request. C. Escalate the issue directly to the project sponsor. D. Update the project management plan to reflect the new reality. Answer: B. Conduct a detailed impact analysis and raise a change request. When an issue's resolution necessitates a significant departure from the approved project baselines, such as changes to scope, schedule, or budget, it transitions into requiring a formal change control process. The appropriate step is to first conduct a detailed impact analysis to understand the full implications of the required changes. Following this analysis, a formal change request must be raised, submitted to the Change Control Board, CCB, or relevant authority for review, approval, or rejection. This ensures that all changes are systematically evaluated and controlled, maintaining project governance. Question 9. What information is least likely to be included in an issue log entry for a critical project issue? A. The person assigned to resolve the issue. B. The planned resolution date for the issue. C. Detailed historical data of similar issues from past projects. D. A description of the issue and its impact on the project. Answer: C. Detailed historical data of similar issues from past projects. While historical data from similar issues, lessons learned, can be valuable for improving future project planning and problem solving, detailed historical data is generally not a standard, direct entry within an issue log for a specific current issue. An issue log focuses on the immediate details pertinent to the current problem, its description, impact, who owns it, its priority, and its current status, including its resolution plan and date. Think of the issue log as a concise action tracker for current problems, not a comprehensive knowledge repository for historical analysis. Question 10. A project manager is dealing with an issue where a key stakeholder consistently provides delayed feedback on deliverables, threatening the project timeline. What is the most effective approach for the project manager to manage this issue? A. Remove the stakeholder from the communication plan. B. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor for direct intervention. C. Schedule a meeting with the stakeholder to discuss expectations and consequences of delayed feedback. D. Adjust the project schedule to accommodate the delayed feedback. Answer: C. Schedule a meeting with the stakeholder to discuss expectations and consequences of delayed feedback. When dealing with issues related to stakeholder behavior, direct and open communication is often the most effective first step. Scheduling a meeting allows the project manager to directly address the issue, clarify expectations regarding feedback timelines, and explain the negative impact of delays on the project schedule. This approach aims to resolve the issue collaboratively before resorting to escalation or simply adjusting the schedule, which might hide the underlying problem. Building strong stakeholder relationships is key to resolving such issues. Question 11. Which project performance domain is most directly concerned with the ongoing identification, tracking, and resolution of problems that arise during project execution? A. Planning performance domain. B. Team performance domain. C. Development approach and life cycle performance domain. D. Project work performance domain. Answer: D. Project work performance domain. The project work performance domain focuses on the processes and activities associated with managing the project's work, including the operational aspects of executing the project. This domain encompasses managing communications, engaging stakeholders, and, critically, dealing with issues and impediments as they arise during the project's execution. While other domains might interact with issues, example team for team conflicts, the core function of identifying, tracking, and resolving problems falls under the project work performance domain. Question 12. A project manager uses an issue log to track open items. Upon reviewing the log, they find that an issue is marked as resolved. What is the next logical step for this issue in the issue log? A. Delete the issue from the log to keep it concise. B. Change its status to closed and document the resolution. C. Reclassify it as a closed risk in the risk register. D. Move it to the lessons learned repository without further action. Answer: B. Change its status to closed and document the resolution. Once an issue is resolved, meaning a solution has been implemented and the problem no longer exists, the next critical step is to formally change its status to closed in the issue log. It is also essential to document the specific resolution details, including who resolved it, how it was resolved, and the date of closure. This ensures a complete audit trail and provides valuable historical data for future projects and lessons learned. Never delete an issue, always close it with documented resolution details. Question 13. A technical problem arises during testing of a new software module, preventing further progress. The development team identifies a complex solution that requires a unique skill set not available in-house. What is the most suitable approach for the project manager to manage this issue? A. Ask the team to find a simpler workaround that can be implemented internally. B. Log the issue and initiate a procurement process for external expertise. C. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor for budget approval for external support. D. Reassign the module to a different team member with a broader skill set. Answer: B. Log the issue and initiate a procurement process for external expertise. When an issue's resolution requires specialized skills or resources not available internally, the project manager must facilitate acquiring those external resources. Logging the issue ensures it is tracked, and then initiating a procurement process to obtain external expertise is a practical and systematic step. This approach addresses the immediate need while maintaining proper project governance. Remember, the project manager's role is to facilitate solutions, which includes acquiring necessary resources. Question 14. What is the most effective way for a project manager to proactively identify potential issues before they escalate? A. Rely solely on formal project reviews and audits. B. Encourage open communication and active listening within the team and with stakeholders. C. Conduct regular, unscheduled inspections of work deliverables. D. Focus only on positive progress updates during status meetings. Answer: B. Encourage open communication and active listening within the team and with stakeholders. Proactive issue identification relies heavily on fostering an environment where team members and stakeholders feel comfortable raising concerns early, even if they seem minor. Encouraging open communication through regular check-ins, active listening during meetings, and creating a psychologically safe space enables early detection of red flags. This allows for addressing potential problems when they are small and easier to manage, preventing them from escalating into major issues. Question 15. The project team identifies a significant divergence from the original product requirements during a user acceptance testing phase, leading to a critical defect. This was not identified as a risk previously. What is the most appropriate next step for the project manager? A. Document the defect as an issue, analyze its impact, and determine corrective actions. B. Immediately revert to the previous version of the product. C. Blame the requirements gathering team for the oversight. D. Escalate the issue to the project sponsor to decide on project cancellation. Answer: A. Document the defect as an issue, analyze its impact, and determine corrective actions. A significant divergence from requirements discovered during testing is a current problem, a defect that has manifested, making it an issue. The appropriate response is to formally document this issue in the issue log, then thoroughly analyze its root cause and impact on project objectives, scope, schedule, cost, quality. Based on this analysis, the team can then determine and implement appropriate corrective actions, which might involve rework, retesting, or even raising a change request if the solution impacts baselines. Question 16. In an Agile project, a team member consistently raises concerns about vague user stories and insufficient detail, leading to frequent rework within sprints. How should the Scrum Master address this recurring problem as an issue? A. Ask the team member to just do their best with the available information. B. Coach the product owner on improving user story refinement and clarity. C. Log a new issue for each vague user story encountered. D. Remove the team member from the project due to their negative attitude. Answer: B. Coach the product owner on improving user story refinement and clarity. A recurring issue of vague user stories points to a systemic problem in the product owner's refinement process. The Scrum Master's role is to remove impediments and facilitate effective Agile practices. In this scenario, coaching the product owner on creating clear, concise, and detailed user stories, perhaps by emphasizing the definition of ready, addresses the root cause of the issue. This proactive coaching improves product backlog quality and prevents future rework, fostering a more efficient team. Question 17. A long-standing, high-priority issue logged in the issue log has recently been confirmed as resolved. What is a crucial final step to ensure proper project closure and future learning? A. Remove the issue from the issue log permanently. B. Update the issue status to closed and ensure lessons learned are captured. C. Reallocate the resources previously assigned to this issue. D. Inform only the project sponsor that the issue is resolved. Answer. B. Update the issue status to closed and ensure lessons learned are captured. While resolving an issue is the immediate goal, properly closing it in the issue log and capturing lessons learned are crucial for organizational process assets and future projects. Updating the status to closed provides a clear audit trail. More importantly, analyzing why the issue occurred, how it was resolved, and what could have been done differently, then documenting these insights as lessons learned, helps the organization improve its project management practices. Always remember to learn from every issue to prevent recurrence. Question 18. A project team is experiencing significant delays because two key departments within the organization have conflicting priorities regarding their support for the project. This interdepartmental conflict is impeding critical project activities. How should the project manager address this issue? A. Force the departments to comply with project needs through formal directives. B. Mediate between the departments, facilitate discussions, and if necessary, escalate to common management. C. Log it as a risk and develop a contingency plan for continued delays. D. Replan the project schedule to accommodate the conflicting priorities indefinitely. Answer. B. Mediate between the departments, facilitate discussions, and if necessary, escalate to common management. Interdepartmental conflict is a common issue that directly impacts project progress. The project manager's role is to facilitate resolution, which often involves mediating discussions between the conflicting parties to find common ground and align priorities with project objectives. If mediation at the project level is unsuccessful, the project manager should escalate the issue to a higher authority, such as shared senior management, who can enforce a decision. This approach aims to resolve the underlying conflict rather than just working around it. Question 19. A team member reports a minor technical bug during development that doesn't immediately stop progress but could cause problems later. What is the most appropriate initial action? A. Immediately halt all development until the bug is fixed. B. Log the bug as an issue, assign it a lower priority, and assign an owner for future resolution. C. Ignore it for now, as it's not a critical blocker. D. Reclassify it as a risk and add it to the risk register. Answer. B. Log the bug as an issue, assign it a lower priority, and assign an owner for future resolution. Any current problem, even a minor technical bug, that has manifested is an issue and should be formally documented. Logging it in the issue log ensures it's tracked, assigned an owner, and prioritized accordingly, even if it's not a critical blocker. This systematic approach prevents minor issues from being forgotten and potentially escalating into major problems later. Always log issues, no matter how small, to maintain comprehensive control and prevent future surprises. Question 20. What is the primary benefit of maintaining a comprehensive and up-to-date issue log? A. It simplifies the project closeout process. B. It provides a historical record for future legal disputes. C. It ensures transparency and accountability for resolving project obstacles. D. It automatically solves all project problems without human intervention. Answer: C. It ensures transparency and accountability for resolving project obstacles. A comprehensive and up-to-date issue log serves as a central repository for all project issues, detailing who is responsible for each, its current status, and when it's expected to be resolved. This transparency allows all stakeholders to see the current state of challenges and who is accountable for addressing them. It drives focused attention on active problems, ensuring that obstacles are not overlooked and are systematically managed to resolution. Question 21. During weekly status meetings, a key stakeholder frequently introduces new, unrelated requirements, diverting the team's focus and causing scope creep. This behavior is now an ongoing problem. How should the project manager address this? A. Reject all new requirements outright as they are outside the baseline. B. Capture the new requirements as issues, and then follow the integrated change control process. C. Escalate the stakeholder's behavior to the project sponsor. D. Inform the stakeholder that all future requests must go through formal channels. Answer: B. Capture the new requirements as issues, and then follow the integrated change control process. New requirements introduced outside the formal process, especially when they cause scope creep, are a current problem for the project. Therefore, they should be logged as issues. However, since they represent potential scope changes, they must then be guided through the integrated change control process. This involves formally submitting the request, analyzing its impact on baselines, and gaining approval or rejection from the change control board. This structured approach maintains scope control and ensures that any changes are deliberate and approved. Question 22. A project manager is managing an issue related to a critical software component failing unexpectedly. The project team has identified several potential root causes and solutions. What technique should the project manager encourage the team to use to make the best decision for resolution? A. Brainstorming. B. Expert judgment. C. Decision-making techniques like multi-criteria decision analysis. D. Affinity diagrams. Answer: C. Decision-making techniques like multi-criteria decision analysis. When facing a complex issue with multiple potential solutions, employing formal decision-making techniques like multi-criteria decision analysis is highly effective. This technique allows the team to evaluate each proposed solution against a set of predefined criteria, example cost, time, impact on quality, risk level, resource availability. By systematically weighing these factors, the team can make a well-informed, objective decision rather than relying solely on intuition or singular opinions. Question 23. A project team identifies an issue that, if left unresolved, will significantly impact the project's ability to achieve its strategic business objectives. This impact goes beyond typical project constraints. To whom should this issue primarily be escalated? A. The functional manager of the team members involved. B. The project sponsor. C. The project management office, PMO. D. Other project managers within the organization. Answer: B. The project sponsor. When an issue has the potential to significantly impact the project's strategic business objectives, it warrants escalation to the project sponsor. The project sponsor is typically a high-level manager or executive who champion the project, secure resources, and is accountable for the project's overall success in meeting business goals. They have the authority and organizational influence to resolve issues that transcend the project team's or project manager's scope. Question 24. What is the role of the project manager in the issue resolution process? A. To personally resolve all project issues and technical problems. B. To document issues and ensure they are assigned and tracked to resolution, facilitating as needed. C. To assign blame for issues to the responsible team members. D. To ignore issues until they become critical problems that cannot be avoided. Answer: B. To document issues and ensure they are assigned and tracked to resolution, facilitating as needed. The project manager's role in issue management is primarily one of facilitation, oversight, and accountability, not necessarily personal resolution of every problem. They are responsible for ensuring that issues are promptly identified, accurately documented in the issue log, assigned to the most appropriate owner, and systematically tracked until resolved. They facilitate communication, coordinate resources, and escalate when necessary to enable the team or other stakeholders to resolve the issue. Question 25. A project manager notices a trend where newly onboard team members are struggling with certain tools, leading to minor but recurring errors. This is affecting productivity. What is the most proactive way to address this issue? A. Create a new issue log entry for each instance of an error. B. Organize additional training or provide better onboarding resources for new team members. C. Assign more experienced team members to double-check their work. D. Document it as a risk of potential errors and monitor it. Answer: B. Organize additional training or provide better onboarding resources for new team members. When a recurring issue like errors from new team members points to a systemic problem with skill gaps or onboarding, the most proactive approach is to address the root cause. Providing additional training or improving onboarding resources directly equips new team members with the necessary knowledge and skills, preventing the errors from recurring. This targeted solution improves team efficiency and prevents minor issues from escalating into larger productivity drains.